I'm Sam Reece, and this is the TalkGirl podcast. Every episode, me and a very charming guest will do a deep dive into girlhood and growing up as a tween in the early 2000s during the height of kudos bars and doorbells for your bedroom. Today's guest is an icon. You may know her from her podcast Rebel Spirit, or you actually probably know her from the 2019 Combos music video that I tricked her into doing with maybe $100 and some combos.
To be on a boat. That was part of it.
There are 2 boats in that music video. Look it up. Be our 2,000th view on the video, please. Please welcome to the podcast, Akilah Hughes.
Thank you so much for having me, Sam. What a dream.
Remember when y2k was going to be the end of the world? And now here we are.
Damn. Really fumbled.
I want to take us back to about 2003. Okay. So I'm going to set the scene, and then we're going to go through some rapid fire questions just to get to know Akilah as a tween. Okay. You can close your eyes if you want to.
Yeah, that's all
right.
There's a picture.
Yeah. It's 2003. There's a hot new website called MySpace. Brand new on the scene. The only 3 songs on the radio are Miss Independent, Evanescence, Bring Me to Life,
Yes.
and Milkshake by Kellis.
My nipples got hard.
Are you feeling ready? You feeling in 2003?
I feel like I'm in it. I remember. I can see the playlist.
On LimeWire, yeah. Today's episode is centered around the y2k internet, and here are some rapid fire questions. ASL?
Yeah. Listen, I remember people putting that in their AIM profile. I never knew what it meant.
Still now you don't know what it means.
I'm like English second language.
ESL, yes. ASL is age, sex, location.
Oh. I was just in these chat rooms, not the context was above me.
Yeah, what did you respond with when people said ASL?
Hi.
She's mysterious.
Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about it. That's great.
Wait, I love that you just found out what it is.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things have been reframed. I gotta go.
Yeah, I bet. No, we'll get into it later. I want to know. Green and blue or orange and pink?
Orange and pink.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I thought I was gonna be a pop star. I remember when Britney Spears won a Grammy at 16, and I'm like, that's gonna be me.
I'll do that too. Yeah, I remember being in the shower when I was 12 and singing probably Annie.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm the best singer in the world.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a record deal.
My version of that was Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey. Because I was I would also rap the Jay-Z part. And I'm like, I am a double threat.
Both.
I'm doing it all. They're calling. They're going to call my phone. And it was like, you're just in the back of your mom's car.
Yeah, pop star is such a good one. I mean, it's kind of like the way we're afraid of quicksand as a child. You're like, it's going to happen to me as an adult.
Totally.
I'm going to be a pop star.
Right. And I think we were in that perfect era of Mickey Mouse Club people transitioning. So it was there's so many avenues for me.
Which one will it be?
Right.
Not if,
yeah,
which one.
Exactly.
LimeWire or Napster?
LimeWire.
Hell yeah,
LimeWire
me
for
too.
sure.
Favorite band?
Ooh, band. It's funny to think band. I mean, I guess I would say boy band and it would be Backstreet.
Yeah, okay. You're a Backstreet Boys.
But if it was 2003...
Or singer.
Right. I mean, I loved Kelly Clarkson. I used to call in to the radio station to talk to them about the results of every episode. And I guess they thought I was an adult because I have a deep voice. So they would just let me go on for minutes at a time. And I'm like, Tamira Gray got sent home. It's at Travis. And I'm like, why is anyone listening to this?
Because my dad liked Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I liked Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, once Kelly was on the scene.
But I got chills. I got chills.
Do you have a favorite catalog?
Delia's.
Those girls were so cool.
They were amazing.
Unreal.
And I was I just really feel my body didn't become my body until I was 30. I was really they were so aspirational. Wow, imagine looking good in pants.
Low-rise cargo pants?
A tank top. Illegal. I wanted it so bad.
I was also really, really into, we hate the name, the Oriental Trading Company.
Oh, yeah. They had lots of just things.
You just look at it, circle things you'd never buy.
Right. No.
I don't need 100 party favors. I had 6 friends, but sure.
But they had a good deal.
And everything glowed in the dark.
Yes.
I don't know. Did you have any prized possessions?
Ooh, okay, yes. And they were all like, in hindsight, like absolute just like lead-based trinkets. Like it was just like,
I have lead poisoning.
yeah, like it was really like, if you licked it, you're like, that tastes kind of sweet. I wonder why. I had a ring that had a watch.
I remember those. Oh yeah.
So, like the little stretchy ones. I loved that. And I also had a necklace that was like a peace sign mood ring. Like no one's got this drip, and everybody had that drip. It was $5 total.
From Claire's, maybe.
Yeah, Claire's and Delia's.
I had this 8-ball alarm clock.
Cool.
And you could shake it and ask it questions. And I mean, alarm clocks, you could get cool ones.
They were so cool.
I just remember being like, does Michael Giordano also have a crush on me? All right, now I'll go to school.
Do you all remember the Sabrina the Teenage Witch phone? That would, so like, it was so funny. The first ring, which I didn't understand this, but the first ring was actually just Salem going, I think someone's calling. And then there would be another ring, and you'd be like, it did it before it rang. But that was actually just the first ring.
Recently, someone reminded me of Jessica Simpson's dessert lotion line.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. What were we? It was lead.
It was lead.
Goodbye.
No doubt that they're like, we're sweetening everything with lead.
The body shimmer I was putting on my skin, my eyes. That's why I have an astigmatism now. It's the eye glitter.
It's a class action lawsuit. If you were a loved one.
If there's not a class action lawsuit for roll-on body glitter, Clippy or Ask Jeeves.
I was a big Ask Jeeves girl.
Gotta ask him.
Yeah, I loved it. The idea of a butler, so regal. Look at my life.
Yeah, is that what it was? It was like, he's
like,
for me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm so rich, I'm going to ask a man.
Are there any celebrities you were mentally betrothed to?
I mean, I did love AJ from Backstreet. I feel like that was the main one. But also, I mean, I feel like I'm giving myself away. But it was Kentucky. There weren't a lot of black people. I feel like I had to go with the flow. And so I was kind of like super into Tom Welling from like that Superman show.
Oh yeah.
In like Cheaper by the Dozen, I think was the other movie. He was like 40 in that movie. I was like, that's what teenage boys look like. They're gonna date me. No, they're not. Adding nothing to like the spank bank, but it was just like, that's one I can say. My friends will.
It was
cool
like your
with.
PR answer.
Totally.
Yeah.
An acceptable answer. No questions, no follow-ups. We get it.
I really had a crush on this. He's not a celebrity. Let's be clear. Never became
He's
one.
like someone you went to school with. I'm like, I don't know that.
Mike Giordano. Never got my answer. Always said maybe on my little Magic 8-ball. He was in the live action Peter Pan, and he had a lisp, and he was a small blonde boy. And Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
totally. Another acceptable answer. It's like, he's 50. I'm a child.
That's who I want to marry.
Yeah.
I'm mature for my age. I wear blazers to concerts.
I wear blazers.
So they'll see me in the crowd and think
I'm
she's
always
mature.
in a polo shirt, and he understands that means business.
Yeah, sorry, I'm dressed appropriately.
Yes.
It's for my husband. At what point did you have your first French kiss?
First French kiss? Oh, I'm such a loser. I was old. I was like 16.
I think that's an appropriate age.
I feel like all my
Looking
friends
back.
were like 12.
Yeah.
Like, they were like at the dance grinding on each other, just like always looked bad. Like it never looked like they were having fun, but they were like, Akilah, guess what I got to do?
The French kiss style in the early 2000s, maybe even now, just as
Splashy.
tweens.
Splashy.
Splashy, intense, fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Yeah, and like no rhythm. It was like sort of like jazz. They just stabbing each other with their tongues. I'm like, okay, I don't know. It looks hard. It looks hard to do.
My first French kiss was on a basketball court at summer camp. 3 of my friends, we lined up with our boyfriends and we counted down from 10 and we French kissed for 4 seconds. And then we were like, that was crazy. Let's go.
Yeah.
And left.
Very formal.
Very formal.
The right way, actually.
But then I was like my little closeted ass. I was like, we could also practice on each other.
Exactly. I feel like I need to try again now where they're not here.
I could lay on you. Do you
You're
want
gonna
that?
like it. Just try it.
No, it's weird. Okay. You were a middle school coffee drinker?
No. There was like what they called a cyber cafe. I want to die. It's so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
But it was like there were laptops and then like you could get coffee. And so a lot of my friends would want to go there. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to get anything. So like we could just go to Barnes and Noble.
Loved to be at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, that was like
sitting on the floor,
Yes.
reading a YA novel.
Magazines. I was just like, I'm not paying for a single magazine and I'm just like getting an eating disorder. I'm just going to listen. I'm going to look at every page and internalize what I'm seeing. That was my childhood.
Those were our hobbies. Just
Yeah.
getting eating disorders and sitting at Barnes & Noble.
Pretty normal.
I want to maybe back up a little bit to like the late 90s to when the internet, of course, was born.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. What was your computer setup? Did you have like an office, computer room, bedroom, basement?
We had a computer room. It didn't have the internet. So we had like the big butt computer with like the giant, tower. It was like a dome. And so I would mostly play like old video games on that. My mom would also though get like a ThinkPad laptop. And so like it had that weird little like nipple in the middle that was like the mouse, you know?
I can see it.
Yeah, the little red one. And so we had that, and like it was just in the kitchen on this sort of like island we had, and I would use that. And my brother, who's 5 years older, like, which is the perfect age to not have cared at all about the internet, was just like funny. Always on the phone with girls, like interrupting the dial-up. Real fax machine sounds. Loud.
Was the big desktop computer, was it like a Dell? A Mac?
I think it was like a Dell. We never had a Mac until like, I don't think I personally got one until I was like out of college because they were so expensive.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, I remember when the school had like the clamshells, but you could not get those when they were like giving those out. They're finally so cool. Like there was, the principal didn't like us that much.
I almost bought one on Facebook Marketplace recently.
A dream. How much are they?
On eBay, they're like 120, 150 bucks. I feel like they're all out of the country, so the shipping is like $50.
Yeah.
It would be way cooler to just find one in the wild, but...
What color was yours? Like the one that you wanted?
Orange.
I was a big green girly. I loved lime green. Like that was the peak of lime green. I guess brat now.
Yeah, and also the iPod commercial was so iconic. I was obsessed with that aesthetically. That was like the theme of my MySpace.
Yeah.
My live journal. It was just like, that's me.
Yes, I'm one of them. I would say I was the power user of the family. Like I downloaded AIM. I got all the viruses. I was on all the websites. I like lied about all the viruses. I'm like, no, it didn't come from downloading music.
Definitely not. Isn't that funny how we just like figured it out?
I mean, really, it is wild. They were like, as long as you know how to scroll and click. I remember the day I taught my mom how to copy paste. Like it was wild. She was like, I can't figure out how to get all these words over here. I don't want to have to retype it. And I'm like, Mom, I took her mouse because I didn't have the shortcut. You know what I mean?
Were you on there for like hours at a time?
Oh yeah. The family would just like start making phone calls to fuck with me. They're just like, get
Remember
off.
us, your family?
I'm calling grandma. I'm like, I can hear it through the speaker. Hang out. It was awful.
Yeah. And I can't believe that like, the internet, you had to update it with a disc.
Oh my God. I loved getting that AOL disc in the mail. I was like, get out of the way. It's my job.
It's going to take 12 and a half hours.
Yeah. We're down today, but tomorrow we're going live. It's so embarrassing.
Totally. The scope of the internet, did you even understand it as a kid? Were you just like, I'm putting videos up and that's fun?
Right. I mean, the truth was like, there was no part of us that thought we were being perceived.
I do remember my best friend and I would record these like lip sync montages.
Cute.
They're really good.
Like I actually invented TikTok.
I had acrylic nails. We're doing Tenacious D.
Oh, I love that. That rules.
It was really.
We would have been friends.
Juicy tube tops.
Yes.
Yeah, you were doing ukulele covers. I was in lip syncs. We could have.
Exactly. Why didn't we just lip sync the ukulele cover? Dang it.
I think some of those videos early on got like 1,500 views, 2,000 views, and there were comments from strangers, and I was like, "This is weird." Yeah. Like I don't know them, but I was also really in chat rooms and online in a way where I was excited about talking to strangers.
Totally.
Because I was an only child, so I was like, anyone out there?
Hello.
Be my friend. Obviously, AIM was a huge part of our lives. What were your screen names?
My old one was Smoothie Freak, which is so stupid. And I named it that because I loved smoothies. My family was not a smoothie family, but we went to like the ice cream place at the mall and I wanted to be different. So I got a smoothie and I'm like, I love this. That was like my initial YouTube channel too. Like everything was Smoothie Freak.
No, screen names had like a very specific formula, I think. It was either like something you loved plus a year or just your last name plus your birth year.
Totally.
Or it was like a bunch of X's and like slutty words.
Totally. I remember my best friend, her screen name, her last name was Miller. And so it's Miller time. And then like whatever year. And I was like sick.
But also funny to be like, it's a beer based screen name.
Yeah, that belongs to a 12-year-old girl. No overlap with the demographic, but she got it in.
Well, Smoothie Freak is funny because you're like, yeah, I want people to know that about me. And all my screen names were like how I wanted to be perceived, but they were all fake. Yeah. So I was like SRS Surfer.
Oh, wow.
I surfed for the first time in 2023.
You had a surfer screen
I had a surfer screen name. Full Johnny Tsunami.
I want you
Blue
to know,
Crush
I would have bought it.
fan.
I would have absolutely believed it. I would have been like, well, that's my surfer friend.
Yeah. And I would lie about it.
Your away message was like, surf's up, tie.
Yeah, literally canceling plans. I was like, I gotta go surfing. I can't hang out.
That's unbelievable, Sam.
I'm stopping by the Ron John surf shop, so I'm a little busy today.
You're like, I'm actually a PacSun model. It's part of my life. That's what I do.
You might not see me on there, but I was busy all day modeling
Yes.
for PacSun.
Oh my
Roxy,
God.
Billabong.
Billabong.
Billabong. Yeah, I mean, I moved around a lot as a kid, so I felt like I could invent some new identities online, I think.
I was absolutely like white fishing. Is that a thing? What would you call it? Like whiteface? I was like, I look like Christina Ricci with red hair.
You can make up anything you want.
Right.
And, I mean, yeah, I was in like full relationships with people. I was
Sam,
bad.
I was like on Neopets just like trying to keep up. I was like, I'm a cheerleader, and they're like, prove it. And I'm like, I can't. I would just block them. I'm like, oh my God, they
That's
found
why
out my
my
name's
other
not
screen
Zoe.
name was Forever 21 Cheer.
I'm obsessed with you. I want to see the show of this, of you just being like a scammer child.
I was a scammer child.
That's wild.
Yeah, but I mean, I got fully catfished in middle school.
Sorry.
Before that was
it like an adult?
I don't know.
Goodbye.
Did you remember My Coke Studios?
No. What is that?
Okay, so only some people remember
My
this.
Coke?
Like
Studios?
Coca-Cola had this weird chat room called My Coke Studios where you had like a little avatar.
Cute.
And they were like very curvy.
I love that. They always were. That was the thing. Like
Always.
all the like, what's it called? Like flash animations and stuff were just like
Dolls Mania.
like, God damn, their feet were huge, but their waist was non-existent. Belly button.
Yeah.
Always
out.
belly button.
The lowest rise possible. I loved using the Dolls Mania as a reference to be like, this is what I look like.
I look exactly like this. Don't
This
question
is
it.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely not me with sparse bangs and sort of an in-between anamorph face.
no,
you know?
no, not in the mid-transformation.
It's okay. We love her.
Yeah, she was cute. She's doing her
Yeah,
thing.
she's doing her best. Did you have an AOL?
Oh,
email?
yeah. It
Yeah.
ruled.
Do you remember you could like unsend emails early on?
Yeah. But I was not, you were sending emails?
There was one guy I had a crush on in middle school, and we would hold hands at school, and he would joke around and be like, we're in a couple. And I was like, I'm a boyfriend. And so I emailed him to be like, hey, I just want to clear things up. Are we an actual couple or just friends?
Yeah.
And he emailed back and said, LOL, just friends.
Jill. Is this what New Jersey was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I'm fine. Oh, yeah. Were there any other niche sites that you were into?
Yeah, I mean, I love Zoog Disney. I think after like 3 p.m., it would be these like robot aliens, and they were all these. I forget their names. I feel like one was named Oblina. I must be making that up. Is that like one of the people from All Real Monsters?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like something like that, but it wasn't that. They like had cute little skits and stuff, and they were definitely aliens. But you go to the website, and it was a ton of games. It's sort of like a lot of people play this penguin game that I'm not familiar with. Do you remember this? Do you hear about this? Yeah, like Penguin Kitchen. What you got to tell us? What it's
Producer
called.
Abigail's pumping her fist.
What was it called? It was like.
I don't remember the name of it, but I remember it so distinctly.
Yes.
Penguin game.
Totally. It was like this penguin game. You're like sliding on the ice and stuff. And so I was like mostly on, I mean, I split my time. Zoog Disney, which had great games. And like, it was all like based on Disney Channel shows. So they create these flash animation games that had those characters, like a Xenon game. It was all Disney,
amazing.
like Disney original movies or whatever. So I loved that website, and they had chat rooms. And then I also loved Neopets. But Neopets is not niche. Neopets was like that girl.
She was mainstream.
Oh, so good.
The fact that LiveJournal is owned by some like weird Russian company now is so
Oh God, they're
sad.
definitely mining my data. Smoothie Freak, delete it. Delete it.
Mine is still there. I've taken screenshots of all of it because I'm like, we must archive her.
Exactly, yeah. In the
I was
future,
doing
when this
crazy
is all
shit.
that's left, I'm going to show my grandkids. This is who I was.
This is how I communicated with my friends in high school for some reason.
Yeah, all of my posts were just like, I wish there were snacks in the house.
Literally was like, Lisa, if you see this, call me.
Yeah.
Like,
Ian, I hope you crack my back at school tomorrow.
oh my God. Cracking backs.
That was like
in
a
middle
whole
school was
flirt.
Such a thing.
Yeah, it was like once the boys got like big enough to do it, it was like, oh my God, pick up all the girls.
Do you also remember that thing where they would like make you go to sleep?
Yeah, oh my God. They wanted to. I was like, I'm the one girl who's not going to do it. I was the final girl.
I never did
I
either.
was the final
Don't
girl.
touch me.
Yeah, I was like, good luck to you. You got brain damage now.
Making people pass out
Yeah.
for fun.
This is why we needed the internet. Actually, do something else.
Yes, do anything else.
When we're in person, we're trying to kill each other.
My best friend was way into YouTube when
Oh,
it
yeah.
first started, and she was sort of my introduction to it. She was excited about it. She was like, I know this is gonna be huge.
Yeah, same.
Was that how you were?
Oh yeah, I'm like, it's wild. So I think it started in 2005.
Yeah.
I think my channel, like, I got a login January 2006. Like, I'm one of the earliest adopters to still have a channel, and I was like, this is actually my path. Like, I knew being in Kentucky, I was never gonna get like an opportunity by that point. Like in college, I'm like,
pop star thing wasn't working
I
out.
didn't get my Grammy at 16. You know, them's the breaks. And so I was like, oh, this is it. Like, I know everyone is going to be watching these, and especially when like I think SNL had a channel and they were like uploading The Lonely Island. I'm like, it's a wrap. Like, everyone's going to want to do this. And they did.
Do you remember the first viral video you saw?
I wish I remembered. Okay, so when like YouTube started, people forget this, but like nobody was like making stuff really. So it was like
random stuff.
right? And there was a lot of nostalgia. So it was like I was looking up like theme songs from the 90s. A lot of just like using it as a search engine. But I remember like as far as viral videos go, I remember like E-Bombs World and Albino Black Sheep stuff.
yep.
There was something called Tiny Plaid Ninjas, and they put out like 3 episodes, and they were so good, like just flash animation.
I remember that. Yeah.
Loved that stuff.
What was the okay?
Yes!
This is the world.
Yes, the end of the world. You got China, France, India, the UK, and us with nukes.
Wow, more relevant than ever.
Yeah, wow, it really is about us, but I am tired.
Do you remember like the exclamation, like punctuation of XD?
Yes. Everybody was random. Everybody was raw XD.
Oh, what was that site where people would upload their art and it was like a
Like GeoCities?
it wasn't GeoCities, it was like not manga, but it had like deviant
Zanga?
art.
Oh, DeviantArt. That's still there. It's all porn now.
my
It's all like
God.
furry porn.
That makes sense. I think even
yeah,
then
don't
it was
even
like
go there. Don't even look.
cartoon porn,
Right.
anime
And then like a
porn.
lot of like really bad prose. You're like, oh, this is also porn, but it's like, I'm not going to get there. you tried it. It's really bad.
The first viral video I remember was called Two Asian Guys Dancing. And it was just
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was just these two guys doing like a TikTok dance, basically.
Cute.
That was the first one she showed me, and she was like, "This is YouTube."
That's
like,
wild.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, now that we're on our YouTube bit, I just have to ask, do you remember like the Crank That era?
Yeah.
Like how there were so many Crank That songs? It was like Crank That Soldier Boy, Crank That Spider-Man, Crank That Superman, Crank That Batman, Crank That SpongeBob,
I
Crank
didn't
That
even know it
Lion
went
King.
that far. Oh my god.
They were all insane hits. Oh my god, there's like the worst video of me ever. Like the blackmail that will come out is like me looking just absolutely horrific, trying to do Crank That Soldier Boy, and just like
On
my
your own
arms are
page?
just I look so bad. I took it down. It wasn't ready. She wasn't done cooking, you know.
Oh no.
It was rough.
All of the videos, it's just truly so funny. I cared so much about what I looked like in general
Yeah,
in middle
same.
school. But then looking at the YouTube videos I was doing, it was like prom nails. I had my hair in like rollers.
Yeah.
And it looked bad.
Yeah,
but I
no,
was like, I'm
totally.
glad.
I was still relaxing my hair. It was like emo hair, but it was like burned to a crisp, and I was like, I look
The bang?
awful. Oh yeah, the bayang, the sharpest split ends you've ever seen.
Remember the trend in the early 2000s of doing like white girl cornrows?
Oh my god,
With
yeah.
the butterfly clips and stuff.
Yeah, that we called them twisties.
I was trying to do that in my bathroom by myself with like a brush, no comb, and then I would curl my ponytail
Cute. Okay.
because I was trying to be a cheerleader in that era.
Yeah, totally.
And I was not, but you were.
No, I wanted to be. I was
we both wanted to
desperate to be a cheerleader, and I was actually really good.
Could you do like all the splits and all the all
no.
the jumps?
I wasn't like a technical cheerleader. Deep voice, I could yell loud, and I was on beat.
Yeah, I would say I've always been soft spoken, shy. I can run, but that's kind of it. Okay, well, we'll start the cheerleading squad for the alt kids.
Adult cheers. Adult cheer. It's like an improv team, but we're cheerleaders for nothing.
And we wear little outfits and
I would.
we just kind of hang out.
Yeah, we just kind of like live the fantasy.
What was your first viral YouTube moment that you had? What was your process?
My process. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go further back than I think like the main one. People would say my Meet Your First Black Girlfriend, which was like 2013, very specific era of like introducing white people to black people. But I think the real first moment, actually, you will recall the Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife, song.
course.
So back then they had video replies on YouTube. And so I replied to their video. I covered it on Ukulele, and it was the first one they ever linked to. So I got like all of their initial traffic traffic because people were like, this song's so funny, I want to keep like watching covers. So I was like the first one. It's actually how I ended up meeting them, and like now we're like friends. And I remember thinking like, I'm gonna be a pop star. There's no money on YouTube at this point either, so it's not like, wow, I went viral and also no one called. It was like, you're just covering a song that you didn't write.
What an era.
Yeah, it was.
Were you on Tumblr?
Was I on Tumblr? I was deeply on Tumblr. I love Tumblr. I think Tumblr going away is the beginning of the end for this country.
I had many Tumblrs.
Oh, same.
How many do you think you had?
Ultimately, in the end, probably like 10.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Because remember they had that era where it was like, fuck yeah, whatever.
Oh,
I had all kinds of those, like, and they were all niche and nobody followed them. And then I had like my fun one, and then I had the one that was like just my website, basically.
Yep.
I still miss it.
Me too. I haven't been on Tumblr in probably 10 years.
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, I assume it's just porn. Like they got rid of the porn and everybody left, and then Yahoo like sold it for 15 cents.
We'll do the porn again. We're sorry.
We're a porn website. Just come back. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna.
I think it was my first exposure to porn in a way where I was like, I'll do this consistently, but it's like art porn.
Totally. I say, let's just go back to 2013. It was great. It was great then. Let's just go back to 2013.
Oh my God, 2013. I had Fuck Yeah DiCaprio going.
Oh my God, really?
It was popular.
I'm obsessed.
It was like a part-time job.
Yes.
I was in college and I was like, I have a duty to the people to give them Leo content. I had other moderators. I was
that's so sick.
Middle manager at that point.
I was like mostly making friends with just like every cool girl on Tumblr. I probably followed several of your pages because I was just like, these are the people who post, who are cool, who like I want to get in with. Like I want to know them.
Did you ever meet internet friends in real life?
So many. I would say that like, so when I moved from Kentucky to New York, everyone I knew was from the internet. And then when I started working, like it was a lot of people from Twitter. Then I think that like once I had a video do well, which was like a year after I got there, and Tumblr was really happening. And Tumblr is actually where that YouTube video, like Meet Your First Black Girlfriend, went viral. It wasn't on YouTube. It was like because of Tumblr. Like I would go to the Tumblr Christmas party and know all these people from their pages. Like I still think that most people I know are from the internet.
The Tumblr Christmas party.
I know, it was so sick. It was so sick. They had like a what's it called? A ball pit. Do you remember like LeakyCon?
Okay. Is this where then there was like some conference that went viral on Tumblr?
LeakyCon.
Yeah.
Where it was just the ball pit.
Just the ball pit. Okay.
And it was a nightmare. But that was like, yeah, I mean, Tumblr had so many cultural moments like that.
Okay. I want to do a quiz from J14.
I'm super excited.
It's called Could You Date a Star?
No. The answer is no.
They're all yes or no answers.
Okay.
Are you full of all kinds of entertainment trivia, even about celebs you don't like?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Do you know your town's hotspots? Hotels and restaurants the stars would probably be seen in if they were visiting?
I do.
Yes.
I do. She's cool. She likes to find the spots.
Do you talk about stars using only their first names? Justin, Katie, Carson, Sarah.
No. Imagine talking about Carson like he was like a person to bring up. I'm like the guy who counts backwards from 10. Sorry,
Okay,
Carson.
so no.
No.
Have you ever taken an acting, singing, or dance class?
Well, yeah.
Do people ever say that you could be a star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Do you consider yourself to be a risk taker?
Yeah. And like bad results. I'm like, I live in Los Angeles. I chose entertainment.
Could you date a star? There's a good chance, Akilah. You may be watching cutie Heath Ledger on the big screen. Miss you.
Woof.
But mostly you wish you were up there. Whether you sing, dance, or act, you never know where your early experience might lead. Katie Holmes was discovered at a modeling convention.
This is what I'm talking about.
Still in high school.
I thought I had a chance.
Once you hit the big time, there's an excellent chance you'll end up dating someone in the business. Jennifer Lopez is dating a dancer. Look at Tom and Drew, Tara and Carson.
Oh, see?
And Freddie and Sarah. The most important part is to work hard at your talent. Don't give up. All your dreams could come true.
Thank you so much. Wow.
If I was kid Akilah sitting here, what advice would you want to give her?
Invest in Apple, baby. Every day. Make a website that's MySpace. Or even if it was like something realistic I could do, is just like actually make a ton of shit consistently forever. Doesn't matter how bad it is. People just want to see you every day. Like that's where we're
put it
at.
up.
Yeah. Put a bunch of crap out.
Invest in Apple. Put a bunch of crap up.
Really be even more online.
And that's the lesson for today.
Yeah.
Be even more online.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you for doing the pod.
Thanks for having me. This is a dream. You know, I love the way it looks, and I feel like this actually did help my mental health. So thanks.
So glad. Wow. Lilas.
Lilas.
Yeah. If you wanna talk to me, let's talk, girl.